So I've been playing quite a lot of Lawbreakers lately, and if you had a look at my Twitter, then you will actually see that I'm quite a fanboy of the game, to be honest. I had a lot of fun, and more than I had with most other games that I currently have in my Steam or PC library in completion. So let's talk about the Juggernaut, the character that I actually teased in the last video and then never came around to actually do the video since I didn't have any gameplay of the Juggernaut, since I didn't actually play it a lot. But with the latest beta before the release, the Rise Up beta, I actually have more gameplay and I actually learned to like the character. So basically the Juggernaut is a big robot that actually wields a shotgun called Instigator that is also equipped with an impaler blade. So if somebody comes close to you, just shoot him in the face. If he comes closer, use the blade with their face. He does not have a secondary weapon though. His abilities: he can spawn a wall called Holo Deflector that blocks bullets and hinders enemies to take the route that you put the wall in. That's usually the thing that happens when you put a wall in front of a person. The other thing, he has a very long charge that allows him to jump higher and run faster. He can also use armor protocol to increase his defense and his fire rate, so he's actually a very good defensive player. What are the disadvantages of the class of the Juggernaut? The Holo Deflector and the Charge are only really effective on the ground. Why? Because putting a wall into a little corridor is easier to actually be effective than when you use it in zero gravity and everybody can just fly to the left, to the right, or up or down and shoot you anyway. That's really hard to do. So in general, it's really hard to survive in zero G due to a lack of mobility, and since most of the abilities you have with the Juggernaut are basically best used in smaller corridors or in normal G areas. And he's also mainly limited to defending, especially in Blitzball. Don't get me wrong, it's really fun to be a defender as a Juggernaut in Blitzball and annoy every other player by putting down a wall and just waiting for them to get killed by teammates or killing them yourself. And that's also the first advantage I have. It's great to annoy players in Blitzball. It's really a positive, so I have to mention it first. The other thing is the shotgun and the impaler blade are devastating in close quarters combat, even against the assassin. I know the assassin is really annoying, and I still stand by that the character of the assassin is annoying. It's not overpowered, it's just annoying. But with the Juggernaut, if you learn it a bit, you can actually kill them and wreck them really fast. The Holo Deflector wall and the armor protocol make him a character with the most health. Even without those abilities, he's already has the most health in the game, at least up until now, the characters we know about. But with these abilities, he actually is really hard to kill. The last advantage that I have on my list is that he has the longest sprint in the game. It's not the most maneuverable sprint, and he cannot fly around in zero G while sprinting and stuff like that, but he can actually use it to his advantage by just going around the zero G environment, for example. So what is my personal experience with the Juggernaut? It's extremely fun in Blitzball, as I already told you, especially when using the Holo Deflector, the wall, to block enemy routes, especially when a Wrath is sliding towards you and he just hits the wall right in front of you, and then a friendly assassin comes to him and slices him up. You take the ball and run around the normal G environment and just run around all the people that are in the zero G environment and trying to get you, and then you just score a goal. That's actually really cool. But you have to be very careful and defensive about the character, because when you get caught outside in zero G, there's not a lot you can do apart from charge, go down to the floor and try to get away, or just get really close to him. But most of the time, a gunslinger or enforcer will just kill you as soon as you enter zero G and don't have any cover around you. He feels very mobile outside of the zero G zone, and his charge has a lot of fuel. That's like basically the biggest advantage that he actually has in terms of maneuverability. He cannot go up or down really fast or really crazy like the gunslinger or the assassin, but he can actually just run and sprint a lot of a long distance. That's basically a good feature of him. And what's the last thing I have? My overall performance with the Juggernaut is best when used outside 0G, and that's actually something that will drive away a few people from playing the Juggernaut or just even attempt to try it. Try the Juggernaut, try to find your playstyle. I've seen some Juggernauts playing in 0G a lot and actually be on the top of the scoreboard with that. It's not very often, but it's definitely doable. Outside of that, just stay defending and just try the character out. The last thing I want to say about the Juggernaut, that it actually changed my view about the Titan. I mean, a friend of mine did by playing very good with the Titan, and then I tried him and I was very good as a Titan. But I always saw the Titan as a defensive character that is only effective when stayed outside of 0G and when used near to the base and near to a health station and stuff like that. But that's actually what the Juggernaut is for. Like in the design you can see that the Juggernaut is about being defensive, staying out of 0G. Why? He doesn't have a lot of range, he doesn't have a lot of maneuverability, but the Titan actually has it by shooting with the rocket behind his back, and using the rocket in 0G is actually not that hard. It's harder than a lot of other characters, but it's really not that hard. So actually try to see the Titan more as an aggressive character and the Juggernaut more as a defensive player is what I would say. This is not a tutorial, this is just what I think about the classes, and I'm pretty sure the Juggernaut is actually well balanced. He could need some adjustments later down the line when other characters get into the mix, for example the Harrier, which we will see on August 8th on the release of Lawbreakers, but I cannot say anything about it because I haven't actually played the Harrier before. There's an event going on, or was going on, for Lawbreakers, and some people actually have some cool videos about the Harrier, and I will actually link them in the video and in the video's description below, so you can actually see a little bit gameplay of the Harrier. And that's probably all I can say about, and I hope to see you on the battlefield on August 8th. $30 is the price, 30 euros in Europe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.